New Things Day, comics and books, comic book and book books, as same as last week. Nothing bonus this week, nothing out of the ordinary. I pre-ordered a couple vinyl. They shouldn't ship until September-ish, though, I don't think, or end of this month. So whenever those come in, those will be involved. But that's then. This is now. Comics first. Green Lantern's number 4. Still liking it because I love Simon Baz. I'm okay with the gun now that they explained it. Maybe not the best explanation, but at least it's explained. I don't mind her either. I'm actually kind of falling for her because she has like supreme anxiety, social anxiety, and kind of overthinks a lot of things, which is pretty much me at all times of the day. Uncanny X-Men, number 11. And, I don't know. Because it looks like Apocalypse War is over now. So I may get to enjoy this book again because I was not involved with any of the other books. But the only reason I'm even on this book is because Colin Bunn's writing it. I like Sabretooth being a good guy. I like Psylocke. I like every member that's on this team. Just with Apocalypse Wars, I didn't care. Civil War II tie-in, Deadpool 16. It's not usual. I mean, I guess it is kind of... It's more usual for a Deadpool book than another book to have some speech bubbles on the cover. I think he's singing Captain America's theme song, although with him. When Deadpool throws a stolen shield, all that who choose... Yep, definitely Captain America theme song. I like the cover, though. It's nice cover. Another Civil War II tie-in. Uncanny Inhumans, number 12. Decent cover here, too. Using Medusa's hair, much like marionette strings. Tokyo Ghost, number 9. This is wrapping up shortly, I think. I don't want to look at the back page and see the end, because then I might see something. What's this? 7 to Eternity. Remender makes me get into these things that I would never get into, and then either blows me away with them or confuses the shit out of me. To be concluded, so second to last issue here, number 9. I don't think I had a choice of covers on that one. I think that's just one I got. Jughead, number 8. This is a variant. This is the cover by... You're not going to tell me? You're not going to tell me? This is the Andre, of course, it'd be the one I can't pronounce. Andre Szymanowicz. I like the series. I can't help it. I'm the only person in the world maybe that's reading Jughead, but I still enjoy it. I like the dream sequences. The art isn't the greatest in the world, although it seems like it's gotten a little better. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't. I like it, though. I pretty much like anything Chip Zdarsky has written that I've read of his. Batman, number 4. The other cover of Batman was god-awful. It was awful. I couldn't even look at it. This one, it's whatever. It's cover. But Batman. I'm reading it. I don't know why I picked this book up. Probably because I'm within the hype. I'm inside the hype of Suicide Squad. This is Suicide Squad Rebirth number 1. I don't know. I'm going to see it tomorrow night at the premiere, and I think it might be the least excited I am for a comic book movie in years. It's been a long time since I've been this little excited. I really have no expectations. As long as Jared Leto performs as the Joker as I anticipate him to perform as the Joker, that's all I really care about. I feel like I'm going to be annoyed by Harley just because the animosity towards her in the comic community, well, in my personal comic dumb, the animosity I hold towards her might hold me back from enjoying her in the movie. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know about this at all. I'm going to try to read it. I almost jumped off this book today, but it's number 4, so I'm going to stay on it till at least 5. It's Punisher number 4. I don't hate it, but it's not great, and I want to kind of wean my pull down a little bit so I can pick up some back issues maybe, buy some more vinyl. delve into my other habits that I should probably take control of before they take control of me, which may have already happened. Deadpool v. Gambit, number 3. I had the opportunity at the variant, but how could you pass up a Kevin Wada cover? How? They are gorgeous. They're smooth. They're nice. Of course, there's a sausage involved. Might be a hot dog. Looks like a sausage shape. I love Kevin Wada, though, and this book's okay. I love both characters, so that's good enough for me. As long as they're in a story together, it works. Silk, number 11. Lastly, I like the story that's going on in this too. I'm more and more of a fan of this book. Although every time if I don't see this book, if I don't think about this book, then I just forget it. But as soon as I think about it, think of what's happening, I really like the story. I really like what's happening. It's really been great. I don't know if anybody else is reading it or enjoys it, but I think it's really been great. Although I don't know why it doesn't stick with me. When somebody tells me to tell them what Marvel books are good right now, Silk is not even on the radar. I don't even think about it. But it has. It's been really good. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy the character. I enjoy how she's being written. I enjoy the story. I enjoy the cast of characters around her. I enjoy everything about it. Book time. Hopefully we can play another rousing game of, I guess, what year they are published, and you get no enjoyment out of it. It's a fun game. First up, The Checkerboard by Neville Shute. Hardback. Dust Jacket's a little banged up, but nothing too crazy. He's also the author of Most Secret, Pastoral, etc. This is a book club edition. Published by William Morrow and Company. Published date on this is 1947. 1947. So we're just, country's recovering and writing books. During the war, Neville Shute was impressed by the popularity of American Negroes in England. Oh boy, I didn't know this was going that way. Yeah, this one may not be read soon. Different time. That's all I can say, I guess. Different time. Gordon S. Seagrave, M.D. What a great name. Gordon Seagrave. Well, I think I just found my new alias. Also just realized I need glasses that fit. I realize I push them up a lot while I'm doing these, and it's because I look down and they slide down, then I look up and I feel like an old guy looking over my glasses at you. So maybe I need to get some glasses that fit, maybe fix these. Definitely need new glasses. Gordon S. Seagrave, M.D.'s Burma surgeon. Dr. Gordon Seagrave, with 3 of his native nurses, cruise. If this is any telling of how the book is written, then we are in for a ride. Dr. Gordon Seagrave, with 3 of his native nurses, cruises out to the front during the Battle of Burma in a jeep borrowed from the British and Chinese armies. Seagrave's Burmese nurses, as they were called by army and newsmen, evoked wonder and admiration among all who came to know them. There's a nice picture there, actually. It looks pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure this is one I read about before I grabbed it. Read the inner panel. All right, let's check this out. Cover price. It's illustrated. It's hardcover. Dust Jacket's not in that bad of condition. That's just about the book. But $3 cover price. I'm saying $57. 1957. I was way off. I guess I could have tried to figure out when the Battle of Burma was and went from there. Copyright 1943. I wanted to go earlier. I really wanted to go earlier. $3 for a book in 43, I feel like, would be a hefty amount. I don't know. I have some other thoughts on World War II, which, if you want to hear, I will upload a video. I might be for 5 days, 4 days. I'm doing a review on A Separate Piece, the book about a boy in kind of a boarding school during World War II, which made me think of World War II a bit differently than anything else I've ever read. But if you don't care about that, then we're moving on. Next, we have Christopher Lafarge's Beauty for Ashes, a novel in verse on man's perpetual search for pattern to his existence. Holy shit, it is in verse, and looks like kind of a play at times. Oh boy, I may need to make this a musical. Beauty for Ashes, and front cover is identical to the back cover. It's hardback with dust jacket. Cover price $4. So we had a cover price $3, 1946. I think it was 46. I may have lost already. We're going cover price $4. I'm saying 1949. Published by Coward McCann Inc. 1953. 1953 this was published. It should be interesting. I don't know if I've ever read a novel in verse before. So, especially not one about existentialism, which it sounds like this is what this is about. I may get around to this one sooner rather than later. Just at least to give it a shot, even if I don't read the whole thing right now. Next up is Philip Roth offering American Pastoral, published by Houghton Mifflin. Hardback, newer, definitely a newer book here. Dust jacket's actually still pretty damn nice. Cover price is $26, although I did see a peek in here at the copyright stamp says 97. That's actually absolutely when it was published, 97. Bummed out I didn't get a chance to guess that. Don't know if I would have. 26 is a lot of money. I feel like book prices haven't changed that. If this hardback is $26 and 97, I feel like I get the same hardback today for $26, if not cheaper. That's interesting. I may need to do a study on book prices and fluctuations therein. Sometimes I think I'm the dullest human being in the world. Why would anybody, even myself, care about the fluctuation of book prices throughout the years? The Mars Affair by Elliot Reid. I like the purple on this cover here. Hardback. Decal edge on the paper. Decal edge cut. This is a book club edition, so there will be no cover price. But it was published by Doubleday in the year 1953. I need to look in to see if I can find what the book club books were in these years and see how many of them I have, because I know I got a good bit of these book club editions. I know there were probably different book clubs. There were probably a mystery book club, probably just a general novel book club. Perhaps there was like a sci-fi book club. Perhaps there was a romance book club. I want to see which ones I have, and might make a list and see what ones I need. That's something I don't need in my life, right? Next we have Sheila McDonald's A Circle of Stones. Library bound, you know I love that. I've never seen Sheila spelled that way before, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm pretty sure that's Sheila. I don't know what else it would be. Maybe that house, that house with that type of shillelagh, that thing the Irish beat people with, chalet, that thing on the cabin. I think a chalet is a cabin, kind of a lean-to, not a lean-to at all. Cover price is $9.95. A Circle of Stones, Sheila McDonald, published by Andrew Deutsch. I'm going to go 87 on this. 73. Well, first published 73. This was actually published 82, so I was closer than it was 73. Actually, it's the first American publishing. First published in the United States of America in 1982. So this is the first American publishing. I hope it isn't a translation. I have not had good experiences with translations, except for Albert Camus's The Stranger, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I am going along in this one. This book is creepy as shit, along with the man who wrote it, judging by his picture. This is Peter de Vries, Into Your Tent, I'll Creep. And super creepy cover here. Love everything about it. He's on the back with some dead eyes, just ready to go to Rape Town, I guess. Published by Little Brown. I know nothing about this. $6.95 cover price. I'm going to guess $6.95. $6.95. Into Your Tent, I'll Creep. Creepiness, dead eyes, rape. $6.95. 1978. That's my guess. 71. I'll get it one of these days. I'll figure it out. I was good at that one video, though. No, which one it was. Next up, Curtain for a Jester. This is a Mr. and Mrs. North mystery by Francis and Richard Lockridge. Great cover here. Great cover. There is a signature of who did it. Looks like maybe Ray Pollock. I don't know. That's a great cover though. Wow, is that a good cover? Book club edition, but usually these book clubs are late 50s, early 60s. I'm going to say it's probably in that general region, the mystery, 53, early 50s. I may need to read one of these, see if they're actually good, see what book clubs were reading back then. What if I restarted this? If I have a full run of these, like a full yearly run, I'm gonna reinvigorate a 50s book club, bring it back, read every book they read, try to figure out what month they came out. I guess that wouldn't be that hard because I think they printed them for the. And I'm gonna go along with them, read them in the order that they did. I don't know. It's gonna be a long shot that I have them, but we're 16 minutes in and I'm talking about making a book club. It's not good. Nobody's watching at this point. The Pedlocks. It's the story of a family by Stephen Longstreet. There's a self-portrait on the back that Longstreet drew of himself, I guess, because that's how he wants to be seen. Hardback, dust jacket's a little iffy. Cover price on this is $3.50. So this is definitely $64. Published by Simon & Schuster. Come on, 64. Don't want that. That was nothing more. Oh, come on. Don't tell me there's no copyright page. There has to be a copyright page. The decalage is screwing me. 51! There's a second printing. 51. Rough decalage on the side here. I have no idea what this is about. Story about a family. Story of America for the past 80 years. It is a panoramic epic of a Jewish family that has contributed its share to the building and the growth of American industry, American art, and American culture. Actually, doesn't sound too bad. Before the Sun Goes Down by Elizabeth Metzger Howard, published by Doubleday. Hardback, no dust jacket. Published by Doubleday. I already said that. Copyright MCM XLVI. What's that? 50. No. 40? How about this? How about I don't dick around with Roman numerals and move on so I don't look dumb? You know this book is going to be good because of the back. The Buy War Bonds, I love it. I love everything about this. It tells me what time the book came out. It tells me what was going on in America. It tells me where America's thoughts was at the time. It tells me where the thinking of the world was at the time. And I'm going to be interested to read these books to try to figure out where this fits in, see if there's a commentary on the war, see if there's a commentary on the world going ons. This is The Five Arrows by Alan Chase, a story of high intrigue in South America with the future of democracy on the continent of the stake. So yeah, this is a direct commentary on the war. There's even a man on the cover here with an armband on with arrows on it. So this is a direct story, probably about Nazis. I'm going to say, I mean, with the war bonds on, it's a book club edition. I'm going to say it's 43. I feel like it has to be right in that wheelhouse. God damn Roman numerals. We're moving on. Moving on. Next up, Dante's Testament by David Gethin. It's another action-packed adventure novel featuring Halloran, the mean street fighter. This is a Galax thriller. Yellow. I think it's a British pressing because it doesn't. The cover price is in pounds. It's $8.95. That's interesting. I didn't know that going into it. Looks like it was published in London, 1986. Huh. I know nothing about this. I know nothing at all. Wow, it's a lot more yellow to me than it is on the screen. Yeah, it looks drab. Okay, there's like 5 left. Sorry, 5 left. I'll run through these next 4 pretty quickly. They're all by Edgar Wallace, who I'm not very familiar with at all, meaning I don't know anything about them. All published by Doubleday and Doran and Company. This looks like this was published in 1932. Looks like Edgar Wallace had passed that time, or at least his wife had rights to it because she published it. 32. I know nothing about this, but there's the Colossus. These are all, I don't even want to say hardback because they're not really hardback. They're in between soft and hard. They're almost leatherbacks, if you will. But there's the Colossus. There's Whiteface. All four of these are identical. Well, not the books aren't obviously, but the covers and the sizes are. Here's the calendar, and then here's the Law of the Three Just Men. All four of these. I saw 4 of these on the shelves. I figure if somebody went through the trouble of collecting all these Edgar Wallace, and they're actually going to look good on a shelf beside each other like this as well. So that's going to be nice. Hopefully they're as good as they will look on a shelf. And then last but not least, I couldn't get a copyright date on this. I think it's in my software, but I didn't fire up my software, meaning didn't try too hard. So this is Tom Sawyer. It's a hardback of Tom Sawyer, no dust jacket, but it is by Samuel Clemens. You see that there. I'm still going by his pen name. And even though I've read Tom Sawyer 5, 8 times, I think it'll be interesting to read this one, even though, it's the same story. But the fact that this book is so old, how old it is, and how many hands it's been in, and how many people who have read this before me, it might give me a different experience. It might make me feel it a little more, feel it a little differently. But that's lastly. I think I'm going to knock out a couple book reviews here now. And then I'm going to get on with my day like a normal human being, which, if you watch 21 minutes of this, you probably know that I am not that normal thing I'm speaking of. Didn't think about the words I just said. But thank you for watching. If you know anything about those books, any of them, let me know. If you read them, what you think about them. If you know anything about the authors. Also, let me know what books you're reading. Let me know if I am totally off the wall in every one of my opinions for every book I read, because it's usually how it goes. All my comic books, whatever series I'm really into, those are the ones that gets canceled. So thanks for watching, and enjoy yourself. Stay healthy. I don't know where that came from. It sounded good at the time I said it. I hated the way my mouth said it. I'm just going to salute and pretend it never happened. Stay healthy. What the fuck?